Hi, welcome back to Unique Minds of the Okanagan. I'm Robb, and we're on location in Penticton with Joel Hobin, aka Joe Swift.
What's up, everyone?
A legendary Canadian freestyle and hip-hop artist. How are you doing, brother?
I'm always good, Rob. Nice to see you again.
Thanks for having me, and let's hop right into it with who you are, where you're from, and how you got into hip-hop.
Well, my name's Joel Hobin. From Halifax, Nova Scotia originally. Been in hip-hop my whole life, really. Wrote my first rap when I was like 12 or 13, I guess. Surrounded by other influential artists. It was a tough upbringing. I got picked on, but it forced me to step outside of my comfort zone. Being, I grew up in an area that was not predominantly white, so that was a benefit to me. Also traveled across Canada, just trying to make friends and get in the hip hop scene and just keep spreading the love. That's my main goal with music as I progress in life, especially the older I get. Yeah.
With you mentioned the East Coast. Growing up in there was definitely two scenes in the East Coast in the beginning of the hip hop era.
Yeah.
On the East Coast, there was definitely battles.
Oh yeah.
How did that kind of shape to what you create now? Because you do battle rap.
Yeah.
Mainly.
I do mainly in the last 10 years or so. Anyways, before that, I was basically freestyle, predominantly freestyle. Had a few songs I was working with. Was in a group called the River City Kings in New Brunswick. But back to Nova Scotia, we were surrounded by metalheads and skateboarders and a lot of different realms on both sides of music, and it always struck me as I was very interested in all forms of music, even though everyone around me only liked hip hop and rap. There was a lot of gangster stuff back then. I decided to listen to like Metallica and like other groups like that, which also I believe that might have opened up my insight into other genres of music. It's traveling across Canada though. Also, just not being from the East Coast, because I spent a lot of time traveling and then making it out here for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
I really appreciate every single person I've met along the way for that aspect. Music is so many different languages, so many different levels, as you know, right? So I just think that the East Coast inspired me more because of the mellow beats and the less gangster way they take approach to it, I think.
Yeah, East Coast, I've always said this, is the West Coast is glam, and look at me, and East Coast is just, you have to be talented to get anywhere.
Yeah, bars on bars, so to say.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the thing about, what are you eating over there?
What a dude, what a dude.
Sawyer!
I'm
Remember,
sorry.
buddy?
I'm sorry, bro.
That's all good. With the East Coast, too, you grew up with, surprisingly, meeting a lot of really big artists who are huge now.
yeah,
and well known for their craft.
Definitely did, yeah. Quake Matthews is one of my favorite East Coast artists, to be honest with you. Very, very like, he's doing lots of things now. He does like food reviews and stuff like that, but he was one of my favorites growing up.
It's crazy to think he's been around for a while. And he just started to get big.
I'd say he's been around for 30 plus years as well. 30 years. Buck 65 also is like another very like. That's
a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah, he used to be called Stinkin' Rich. His name's Richard, and that was so long. And he's got to be 55 or older. Like, that guy's been in the East Coast hip hop scene for a long time. Scratch Bastard is also another artist who's doing things like really well lately, and super talented people. I am encompassed by hip hop. That's my thing. Like I really love and appreciate it. You know, that the people that I meet are always so humble too.
Yeah.
I even helped Maestro Fresh West move into a place in Toronto when I was living in Toronto. That was pretty brief encounter, but pretty awesome as well. Like that's how far back it goes for me, though. Just the maybe not knowing exclusively those people, but like having interactions with them.
Yeah.
Really enlightened me to want to push further. The few struggles that I might have gone through that held me back. I don't look at them as problems. I look at them as like, I don't know, like lily pads on the pond that got me here to progress and want to do better and do more nowadays. I think, yeah.
I think all artists kind of got to have that struggle, especially in hip hop. Most of the best hip hop artists have come from hard upbringings and have something to say. You can't write poetry if you've got nothing to say. You know what I mean? Like it has to be from the heart. So
100%. And it's funny because even before, I'd say before I was introduced to hip hop as it was, I was just writing poems and, you know, the poetic aspect of it, because I always loved the English language and playing on words and stuff. There was a guy named D Finesse. I remember I was like 10 or 11 years old, and we were in this group called Shade Posse back in the pubs in Halifax. It was a public housing unit for, you know, low-income families and stuff like that. And D Finesse was one of the first guys that was like, dude, you need to start writing raps and be, like, you know, and try, because I had always breakdanced and like tagged and like never became obviously like a well-known name for any of that. Just, it was something that I wanted. I appreciated that, and it just he's the one that made me write my very first rap ever when I was like 13 years old, like as a written rap, because before I was just like, you know, making music with my mouth and beatboxing here and there and breakdancing and, you know, just mostly by myself or with my brother, because, you know, other people didn't like that. Go away. Jeez. You make this very...
He wants to be part of it.
You make this very much family, don't you?
Yeah.
You little bugger.
And that's the thing is, like, you have one of the most unique gifts that I've ever seen as a hip-hop artist, too, because I've met a lot of artists in the hip-hop industry that are great at writing and can write, but...
Enough. Sorry, buddy.
They can write, but they have a really hard time with freestyling. And freestyle is to be able to come up with something off the top of your head and be able to make it not sound terrible, has flow, a storyline, and rhyme schemes is extremely difficult. And you seem to be able to just craft it. Almost your freestyles are as good as your written. Sometimes, if not better.
And I appreciate that, because it's funny, because I'm actually very like self-aware and writing things sometimes with my slight OCD that I have and like all those things. I always want to scrap it. Mm-hmm. I always want to scrap it. When I freestyle, it's a thing where you're like, you can't scrap it, especially if it's recorded. And I've been freestyling since so long ago that it was always on like a digital recorder. I had this Sony digital recorder, and me and my buddy Steve, we were in a group called Guerrilla Militants, and that's all we used to do, was like for hours and hours and hours. I also had a few addictions back then that encouraged those hours and hours and hours, right? But the freestyle aspect of it for me is being able to be so open and honest, not only with yourself, but with the others around you, and reading a room, that it always became my livelihood and what I enjoyed doing the most. And there was a lot of underground scenes, especially when I started traveling across Canada. you go to like freestyle ciphers and competitions, and like you pay $20 to get in, and then you win a couple hundred measly dollars at the end of it. But especially when I first went to Alberta, the Block Productions and my homie Distinct, Stefan, I actually beat him in a freestyle battle, and he's one of my favorite MCs from out this way too, like out west here. It's just that kind of interaction with people, and he wasn't mad. He was just like, "How'd you do it?" And I was like, "I didn't practice. I didn't care. I cared. I just didn't." You have to let that.
Almost your ego die.
Yeah, you have to. You can't think about what you're saying, because that buggers you up. Like, same with writing for me. Like, I do have a hard time writing, and the freestyle aspect of it just it makes you open up more, I think. And especially if you can read a beat or like know timing and stuff like that, you should be able to format your words properly so that you can freestyle and make it better than your writtens most of the time. I'm definitely no pro, but it's what I love and I feel good doing it. I think that's my key thing. Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy too, just like you brought up Distinct as like, he's another artist who's not just making it big, but starting to blow up in the scene now. And that's what, 20 years? 10? Like,
yeah.
It takes a long grind. And I don't think people realize how much, like you hear, like, I'm going to start rapping, and then you start writing some bars, and they're always terrible. The first ones you write are so horrible. And like, there's people who think that's, I guess it doesn't matter. Either way, it's art form, and when somebody writes something, it's great. But it's to take it to a level like for me to reference it is like you have a guitar player who can play chords, and then you have a guitar player who can shred and play solos, and like it takes a lot of difference of skill set to be one or the other, and to be one of the ones that can. A Tech 9 that can freestyling that speed and getting your words that are in line and they make sense, and it's not just like or filler words, right? Like, and that's where people get caught up. And it's, you have to not only be quick on your feet, you have to be able to be highly intelligent. You have to have a huge vocabulary.
Yeah.
Like you and I were talking, I think it was on Saturday or last week when you came over and we were recording, and you were speaking about how Junk was super young when you met him, and he was like, you used to call him like the scientist. Because their skill set was so like high and their vocabulary, and it's like, that's kind of where you need to be if you want to progress and be an artist. You have to have that skill set.
I remember Ian being like, in a group called Carpe Diem. I think the other guy might have been Hungry, but like Junk stood out to me though, to the point where I still remembered him when I seen him as Junk, because I've gone through a bit of struggles with my memory in the past years. Like I did suffer from a stroke or whatever, but those specific things still stood out to me, and I do remember like. I remember being like, yo, these guys are like walking dictionaries. Like, they must just, all they do is read a thesaurus or a dictionary, and they, like, I didn't know if they were grown in a fucking lab somewhere, or...
That's okay.
In a lab somewhere or whatever. Like, they were just so out of this world. And now Junk is like one of the best freestylers too. Never mind the best writers or the best, like, the best hip-hop artists going. And he's been doing it forever too.
Yeah.
Like, but I'll never forget Carpe Diem. That's just so many lyrical and so many syllables and so many multisyllabics, and I was always just like, I hope I don't ever have to battle them or go after them or like
cannot imagine.
do any of that. And now he
that was right in my ear, bro.
Step off. Welcome to Joe Swift's house. Are you gonna lay down? Get up and lay down.
Are you coming to lay down with us?
Lay down, get in the shot. But yeah, you know, Junk was just exceptionally fantastic lyricist.
Sawyer, no.
Okay, I need you to chill. Okay, is his ball back there? I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Makes it more live, I guess.
Right? That's a live aspect.
Edit. He's gonna bring it back, bro.
That's all good.
I might lock him in the other room or get.
The thing about Junk too is he was just. I think he may still be in Europe right now or Belgium.
I believe he is.
But he
too,
was
yeah.
just. He was. I read a post from him the other day that. I don't want to say it was Onyx, but one of the legendary hip hop artists had brought him on like to freestyle on stage, and it's like to be able to be called on stage by like the legends and to be able to just like do it off the top of the dome.
Oh,
is astonishing.
100%. I would have nothing but nerves, you know, like it. And I think he lets that, you know, that whole thing go, right? Like he's. It's like when you're freestyling, you have to let all that go, those things, right?
Yeah. Go inside, bud. You're good. Go get it. Go get it. It's in here, dude.
They're like babies, hey?
They are.
Yeah.
They are animals and kids. They're always the best.
Amazing. But yeah, you know, back to Junk, he's just incredible. That scope and that realm is like, even me, even though I love freestyle and I am like, I consider myself pretty good at it, to be on a level like that, and even his music production and his writing is like, it's just, it shows someone who put that effort and that time in, and I could never take away from that guy's talent, man. He's probably one of my favorites, 100%, yeah.
It's crazy the amount of hard work it takes to get to the level too, and I always talk about it on the show. It's like with bands specifically, there's like a shelf life with bands where it's because there's so many artists, you kind of have like a 2-year, a 5-year, and a 10-year. And if you can hit that 10 years usually, and you're dedicated, you usually make it by that point.
Yeah.
And to see the grind that he has is inspiring, and that's kind of what like made me want to get back into it, honestly.
You know, and it's to see how you've come back into hip hop scene after doing what you've done in music too, for me, and having you kind of encourage me again after all I've been through. Not only is it appreciated, it's like lit a new fire in me to be more. I'm always away working. I was a father at 19, and we can make any excuses that we have in our brains too, right? Losing a child 10 years ago, having writer's block, starting battling, all of those things, those missteps, or any of those things that can put someone back, we have to fight against that. And as I'm pushing on in age, all I want to do is actually get back into my roots and being able to start writing again, whether it's for battles that are upcoming or for us, you know, recording again. Mm-hmm. This is all like, it's definitely ignited a fire in where I want to be more successful with myself. Yeah. I've gone through a lot of addiction and struggle that way. Alcoholism, been clean from drugs for 18 years. Like, all these things are important to me. Yeah. On my journey to sobriety. And we all struggle with something here and there, whether it's mental health, which I also, you know, we all have our own things. I'm really looking forward into progressing and putting that work in now that my kids are all grown up and I have that drive and that focus still. Mm-hmm. I can't wait to experience and show, you know, the people out there that Joe Swift has always been ready to do it. It just, sometimes our drive gets pushed back. Unfortunately, life pushes us back, right? Yeah, and we can all use excuses and stuff, and I'm ready to, no more excuses, only solutions. That's my goal moving forward. And stop him.
Good buddy.
You just met Rob, hey?
Yeah, I just want to be my buddy.
Okay.
All the puppies want to be my friend today.
Okay, back.
No face kisses.
Back, please.
Down. Down, big
Done.
bear.
Done.
Down, big bear.
And sit.
With, get down, Stinky. With, moving to the east to the West.
Yeah.
You've had challenges, you've had ups and downs, as everyone does. But what has been a main key moment that kind of solidified that hip-hop was going to be, like, the whole aspect of hip-hop was going to be... What are you even eating right now, bro?
Done. Sit. Sit and stay.
I don't even know what he found in there.
It's just
Oh,
wrappers.
it's a water wrapper.
Yeah, just some things. You stay. Thank you.
Funny.
He's
What's
a
been like
puppy.
a...
Forgive us.
What's been like a key point that was made you want to keep doing hip hop? Like, was there a specific performance that had been like, this is the moment that I want to do this forever? Or a battle, or...
No. It was before that. It was actually when we were working together many years ago, and you sparked my interest again. Because before that, it was nothing really set in stone for me. I was in a group called the River City Kings with Jody O'Shea. His name used to be the Nemesis Attraction, Fact and Monarch, all these guys from New Brunswick and stuff when I first began traveling across. Because I also just wanted to travel and meet new people and new, like, fans, so to say. But I was too young to know any of the, the marketing things that are so readily available nowadays, like YouTube and
anything.
Just any social media. Like, people are getting famous for doing nothing, in my opinion, sometimes.
Yeah.
And then there's some people whose creative side gets, shadowed because of that, and they don't know how to do that part. My main thing that wanted to get me back into it is, our Lost Children of God endeavor.
Yeah.
I also worked with my friend Vincent. That really inspired me as well, because I was helping him out a bit along the way, because he wanted to become something, and he had the effort and the drive. He's still doing his thing too. He's in the battle scene too. But for me, the main key factor was us performing when we went through, and our last show, I remember James Hughes at the Mule in Penticton.
Yeah.
And I think I freestyled for about 40 minutes or something.
It was insane.
And
it was like an entire
everybody,
set of freestyles.
Yeah, everybody was just like, like Natty Snaps wouldn't even take the mic from me, and that guy is also a legend. Like, he is, he's known. Like, but he's like, nah, man, I'm not taking the mic from you right now. You keep going. And I kept walking around because we had that whole center area.
Yeah, the little. The dance floor was like a weird drop down.
Yeah, it was dropped down. Yeah, like the old 60s living rooms and stuff. But I would have to say, above and beyond any other performance, that was probably where I was like, this is what I'm finna do from now on. And then we started writing more after that and recording and stuff, and you helped me a lot with that, because again, usually it was just strictly freestyle for me, and like recording on old cassette tapes and stuff, it was a different time back in the 90s, man, for sure.
Yeah, and the styles changed too, right?
100% they do.
It's like, back then I found the rapping was, so 90s rap up until like early 2000s was very like, there was a message, but you'd find a lot of artists who just used words that rhymed because they sounded good.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a message. And like, I feel like the art itself, as it's aged, has gone in like two different directions. Because you have like, well, naturally it was going to, because you already had gangster rap and hip hop. But
the split difference, for sure.
The split difference. But now it's like you have lyrical context, and then it's just like, we're putting out good beats. And there's nothing there.
Yeah.
And that's what really deterred me from writing music, was that was what was getting popular, versus like these underground artists that have like such a powerful message, and like now they're getting big, but it's like, I feel like it's almost like, it's not like it's too late, but like they deserved it way earlier.
Oh, 100%. People never catch their flowers sometimes until it's too late.
Yeah.
But I find in hip hop now there's a lot of love, so we are giving people flowers, and that is incredible
There's been a
for
big
me.
difference in the last 11 years from when we worked together too.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
back then when we were getting into battle rap, there was beefs. So there was always like you constantly had to have that because it was pushing your music almost. Like that was right when Snack and SDK and Battle Axe had their like
All that, yeah,
that going on,
yeah.
right? So like that was what was popular, and nowadays I find because we've not only the artists have aged, we've matured, but this younger generation doesn't party, and they're not very like going out and fighting and doing all the stuff that like we did as kids. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
They're a lot more loving, and I think that's where the whole shift has come.
And I agree with that because, but back east though too, like before I ever came out here, when we were at parties and we were ciphering, we could get into battles and still be cool with it. But I found that when I took this adventure into this BVB realm and this battle thing that I spent 10 years doing, it changed my course of writing though. So I almost found like I had writer's block for the last even 5-6 years. It's been a struggle to even write battle raps because it changed the structure for me. And it wasn't just spreading that almost like, because I've always wanted to spread a positive vibe. Tell people they're beautiful. Tell your boys you love them. Tell everyone they're great. When you're battling, you'd be like, you know, you're fat. You're, you know, like, and just whatever. It's just not the same, and it's not spreading positivity unless you're doing compliment battles and.
People don't really watch those. They don't enjoy them as much.
Yeah, it's just not as entertaining as someone being completely and utterly disgracefully rude.
Yeah.
And also the format of writing for battles is different because there's no music, there's no guidance, and no structure to it except for those, minute and a half or 2-minute rounds, which are 4 bars up until 16 bars, or depending on how fast you're going, of course, too. But just for me, it made me not want to work on music almost because it's different to try and figure out your performance when there's no beat and there's that crowd, right?
There is a big acting aspect to it. Like you have to, because you're in front of a group of people with cameras on you too most of the time. It's
right?
really awkward to like, you have to present your body as you're performing and you're saying the lines, and you've got to like, you're almost becoming an actor and a comedian versus being a writer.
That's right too.
Is because you like the way you have to go about it is you got to wait for the punchlines, and like it's not just like bars coming out, right?
Yeah, and if you forget one thing,
you're done.
You're pretty much unless you can freestyle.
Unless you're you and you can freestyle
and like try and pull it off. And then with that being said, I've also had people in the background like stop freestyling, man, because it's a written league, and like all of those things too, which I didn't really adhere to because.
You're Joe Swift.
Yeah, sometimes when your memory fails you,
you
right?
got
like,
nothing but your memory to save you.
My memory is coming back, thankfully, though. So that's a bonus. I don't like talking about the past and negative things having a stroke that affected that part of me.
Yeah,
it definitely made it harder. Which again, like going back to the question about the freestyling earlier in the interview, I prefer to be just me. I don't want to write something down and then criticize myself and be like, no, gotta change that. And then you're like, oh, but I remember what I said when it was me just being off the top. I'd rather be freestyling most of the time. But yeah, in the long run, battle rap has definitely put a kink in it, but with you and I speaking again recently in the last month or two, I've been able to start writing again. My writer's block is now very depleted. Like I'm.
It's gone. Yeah,
it's
seeing what you've been writing lately is mind blowing. And I think that's almost a benefit of taking that much time off is like you've gone through a ton of life experience and dealt with a lot. So growing has also helps with what you want to write. And I feel like that's where like reason why I came back is like now that I'm a parent I'm 35, I'm a dad of 2 kids, and I want to inspire them to be the best they can be at whatever they choose to be.
100%.
And I feel like the only way for me to show them that is to do it and make the mistakes and show them, like, you're going to fail at your dreams, but, like, pick yourself up and keep going. Because, like, instead of being told how we were told, we're like, you got to have that backup, you got to get an education,
Yeah.
you got to go to school, you got to do the 9 to 5. Like, I would much rather, who knows how much time the future is and what's going to happen tomorrow, because everything's constantly changing.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, just in the moment, enjoy what you're doing and go full bore.
Absolutely. And I do believe that is my my future goal, is just simply do that. That's you can always make money, because I spend a lot of time being away working.
Mm-hmm.
Money goes away, memories don't, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's my hugest thing.
Yeah.
I need to start making more time for memories and spreading a good vibe. That's what it is for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Too much negative stuff with the battle scene. August 16th, my 47th birthday, is going to be my last battle anyways.
That's cool.
I'm preparing for that now, so that's also, like, I'm glad that you have distracted me from that too. That's a super bonus for me, bro. Like,
That's a good time, though.
yeah. It's a good time, and I'm not putting down anybody, because there's so many, like, unbelievably creative and intelligent people in the battle scene.
Oh, yeah.
Especially the written aspect of it. That like, it's nothing but respect. I just myself, it changed my programming.
Mm-hmm. The same here. I understand.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to get back to the essence of it, even though battle rap, even back then, the essence was ciphering and having those little battles.
Mm-hmm.
They were always enlightening. You could tell talent and see talent and respect it. But it was always freestyle back then, especially battling. For me, from my era,
Yeah.
it's definitely changed. I seen this, like, and I hate, like, bringing up things about, like, double XL or whatever it was, like those freshman ciphers.
Mm-hmm.
I seen one recently, and I was just like, my jaw was on the floor going, how terrible is this?
Mm-hmm.
And these guys are, like, famous and popular, like, artists. And to me, the message behind it isn't there.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing, like, there has to be skill somewhere or they wouldn't be there.
Mm-hmm.
But I grew up around so much raw talent that never got noticed because of the social media thing. And I think now it's getting polluted. It's getting polluted. And again, respect them for what they're doing. Just, it's not my cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
I'd way rather just be spreading a message, positive vibes, buddy. Like, I think I'm going to make an impact, and then at least those memories will be there for anyone that knows me before it's too late, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With creating battle raps, because you've been doing it for 10 years plus, but you've been in the league with BVB for 10 years, which means how many battles a year do you usually do?
I can't count it like that. There was a lot more at the start. It's been progressively slowing down for me.
Yeah.
They still have their events, and they're still, doing their thing with a lot of good talent. I think I have 11 under my belt, and a beatbox battle being one of them that I got the W for too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I remember coming to one and seeing what you guys had created, and this was after I had dropped out of hip-hop for years.
Yeah.
And coming and seeing it. And it was really cool to see that Kyle had created.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kyle for doing that, because, like, as it transitioned over to the new owners, who I haven't had a chance to meet yet, but they've turned it into something that's it's not the same, but it's not different. It's not bad. It's like, it's a different but good.
Yeah,
and it's kind of just, I think the battle rap in general has, in Canada at least, has faded out.
I'm glad that Gunner, Aaron.
Yes, thank you, Aaron.
Yeah, I'm glad that he has made a little transition, actually, because he's doing, like, hip hop nights and, like, actual performances as well as battles, and it because for some people it's hard to just stand there and listen to someone with no music, just going rambling, or even if it's super talented people, it's still for someone who is there to have a good time and listen to music and drink, and that's why a lot of battles have like, shh, keep it down on the back, because they're drinking and they want that excitement. Aaron has introduced like live performances too. They do open mic nights. Shout out Gunner. He's definitely made a different transition, and they're reaching out and they're having like group meetings and stuff like that.
I was just going to mention that they're having these hip hop group meetings that I've really enjoyed seeing online.
Yeah, me too.
It's kind of cool to see that they're trying to bring back that community.
The positivity in the community too, though. Whether or not you're going to battle someone and be a complete asshat,
friends at the end of the day.
You're still friends at the end of the day, and the networking they're doing is really, to me, it's inspirational on that aspect too. So like, just for me, battling wasn't even though it's been 10 years that I've been on and off with it, in between being away for 30 and 50 days at a time working, which makes it very difficult. You miss every other show. I've been ducked so many times too. Like I've had like 5 people had set battles, and then all of a sudden, so and so can't show up. I'm not going to name names. Such and such can't show up for this reason and that reason, and it's just I need to get back into music because I'm always going to show up. Right? Like
I think I did 2 battles, and they weren't with BVB, but just mentally trying to like put myself into a place where it was like I'm trying to like write lines that are like degrading somebody to the utmost of their core. Like at first it seemed really exciting, and then after the second one I was just like, the amount of effort it takes me to sit and write this, to do the research on the person, to do the, you know what I mean, to like try and find all the things that you need. It's just like I could have wrote an album.
Right.
That's how I felt. So I was like, I always steered clear of it because it was just like, for me, even when I was in my negative realm and writing negative songs that were like hard body,
dark,
you know what I mean? But it wasn't just like battle rap I love watching it, but I can't do it.
It's freaking exhausting.
It is. It's mentally hard.
It's absolutely exhausting.
Like then you think of like the KOTD champions, and like the amount of years that they put in, like still to this day, one of my favorite battles, and it's like it's like fist fights but with words. And it's Pat Stay, rest in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P.
And Hallhan, and they were best friends. Like backstory is they're best friends for forever. Like you grew up with these two.
Yeah, well,
around them at least, right?
Around them for sure. Pat Stay again, R.I.P. Back in the Elements League. I had just moved to New Brunswick at that point, so I wasn't back far east like Nova Scotia for it. But watching them grow and like young cats like Miracle, who is also like just killing everything. He's coming out with a new album right now. Him and Christ Sampson did work together as well. That was a pretty good like rock cover / hip hop album that was absolutely amazing. But yeah, Pat Stay was like, he just had it right from the start. Like sometimes even slightly as corny as some of it might have been, they were babies, bro. Like even I was young then, but to see that growth and the effort that he put in was it was shocking and amazing at the same time, because he had it right from day one. Hip hop is like,
it's a beautiful thing.
It's the only thing that has made me look at my smile, bro. Like hip hop is like memories, especially memories that are foggy and so long ago. Is just, to me, it's just great. It's just good. Hip hop changed my life 100%. Music in general, but hip hop mostly. So much for the better, and it's the only thing that has pulled me out of all my dark spots too. That's something else I have to say. It has pulled me out of the deepest, darkest hole anything, right? It's always pulled me back.
It's funny how, like when we were sitting down the other day and I put on that song by Noble N.A., Extraterrestrial Flow, and you were just like, your jaw just dropped hearing it, and just like that connection that you have, that people have with hip hop is if you don't like hip hop, and like I've had a lot of friends who are like, I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Where they're like, I don't understand it. You're just saying a lot of words fast. It's like, listen to the words. Like, don't just listen, but listen to the message that is there. Because a lot of it is like, it's very, if you have to work through the double entendres and all these like other things and you don't understand it, it can be difficult, which is kind of why I've like brought back the way I'm writing now. So it's very to the point.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're not going to misconstrue anything I'm writing. It's about hope. It's you can't like, what does that mean? Like, it's right there.
You want to know. I think I've structured my writing in a different way recently as well. Getting away from any double entendres like in the battle world and like to music again. And it has to be a clear message for me too. Mm-hmm. Like, and don't get me wrong, like people like Prof, like, bro,
who can just triple entendres? Yeah,
you have no idea what he's saying sometimes, and some of his songs have no message at all, but
they're good.
What the hell? Yeah. Like the guy is like, he's one of my favorite all around like hip hop artists, just because he's so out there.
Yeah,
and he's wild, and he's like, and his music, it's just catchy.
Yeah,
it's just catchy.
He's a unique artist.
Yeah, I think unique is also very important, and I'm glad you said that, because we can listen to, like Classified, for example, when he made those videos constructing his songs, like Beat It, all those ones, how he comes up with the ideas for the beats, and like, I think those little snippets of people's real life, so you can see that they're not just a fake artist. That's key, man. Like that's a very important structure to have. And Prof, I've seen a couple videos of him, and I think that's why I started gravitating, because it's very humorous too. And humor to me in life is almost as important as a good message. And oh man, Prof had made these couple videos of when he's just like, and he's mumbling through his verse, but somehow it comes out, and you're like, how do I like this song now? Mm-hmm. Catchy. I think for myself, I'll always just spread a positive vibe. Even us making music together, we're both kind of, we don't want to be negative, right? Like that's my thing.
For me, it's if I'm going to be negative, I'm going to be negative, but doing it in a way that you can see the light through it.
And a growth
yeah,
from
and
it.
a growth. So like I do talk about negative things, like things that go on in the world. Like this last album is all about mental health. Like that's Crossroads EP is all about my mental health struggle, and like kind of just being like, because people who battle with mental health issues or have like dark pasts, they tend to hide them.
Yeah.
And this was kind of me just being like,
here it is.
It's said now. I don't have to sit there and hold it in anymore and struggle and stress with that anymore. It's out. I can just be happy.
And I think that's why I want to go back to music, because I've been like just in the shadows so long that I mean, not only do I want to be seen, I want to be able to express again, and get all those dark thoughts out. With your Crossroads album, I think Anxiety is probably one of my favorite tracks. Yeah, it's definitely hits home as well, because we all, nowadays especially, and being men, we're not usually allowed to speak on how we feel, right? So your Crossroads album, you are speaking about how you feel.
Yeah, there's no hiding it. There's all the shame, all the dark and dirty is in there.
It's an open book.
Yeah.
I
think it's what I needed to do, though, to be a better person.
Yeah, and I think us writing our new songs too, moving forward, is what I need to be a better person. Because I've been so dark and so negative with battle rap, and even though I'm not super negative with battle rap, it's still the time and effort you put into it to only be rude to people, or try and cut somebody down when we should all be building each other up.
Especially nowadays, yeah.
Yeah, especially nowadays. The world's dark enough as it is, man. And I remember like one of our songs from The Lost Children of God, like, you can't make money with a cure for cancer kind of things. Like
Yeah.
it was a bit ahead of its time, but not. But like it's messages that we have to get out though. Like they're not gonna find a cure when they're making so much money, and I don't even like talking about all those aspects of it. But it's a dark world, and our enlightenment in our portrayal of how it is in music and keeping it on a positive note, I think, is what's gonna make us successful as we keep going.
I think it's what makes anyone successful is when, so like, I took 11 years off of, well, I took 5 years off music completely. And then I found Storm the Empire when I auditioned.
Yeah.
And for the last 6 years, I've been focused heavily on building the music scene by booking shows, building festivals, interviewing bands, you know, like things like that, where I've put in so much energy. This is probably going to come off sounding really jerkish, but it's not. It's from a good place of heart. I've spent so much time for the past 6 years of my life focused on helping so many other people that I forgot who I was.
Yeah.
And I kind of needed to like put this wall up and be like, I'm not helping anyone for a bit. And that's where I'm at right now. Is kind of like why I chose to start writing hip hop again is because like I did my last interview with Winona. She brought up a very valid point. As artists, we don't take time for ourselves.
100%.
We don't take that self-care. Like, and that's where we fall and spiral into these like dark depressions, and we lose our motivation and that fire that sparks us initially. And it's when it's a constant like create, and you're not taking a second to breathe and look back at what you've created. You sometimes need to stop and realize like how successful you've made it already. And like, because we tend to be really hard on ourselves in the sense it's like we've got to constantly be grinding to get like to make it or to like prove a point to people. But at the end of the day, it's the point to you. The proof to yourself is like the message you want to say is really what matters. And if it's a genuine message, people resonate with that.
It's funny because one of the things that I always taught my kids was, the saying "practice makes perfect." Mm-hmm. Well, that's misleading because nobody's perfect. And I always said to them, practice makes better. Practice makes you want to, learn your goals. Mm-hmm. And if you're not successful at something, don't get downtrodden or don't, again, mental health comes in with my family. Don't get sad about it. Try something new. Mm-hmm. And practice never makes perfect. Yeah. Practice just makes you better at whatever you're going to attempt. And so myself, like, I think that's why the creative artistic part of it, like you were just speaking of, that's also why I like freestyling, because I can be me. Mm-hmm. When I'm writing, I read it back and I go, what is so-and-so going to think? What are people going to think? And technically, as an artist, we should never think that. We shouldn't care. But we do. Mm-hmm. We do. And that's why I like freestyling, because after you say it,
you can't take it back.
It's too late to care. And then you feel, you know what? I could freestyle for 2 minutes. I could freestyle for 20 minutes. It's how I feel afterwards, because it's that expressive. It's like crying. People always want to look bad at crying. Mm-hmm. Bro, when you cry, how good do you feel afterwards?
So good.
Whether it's from a sad time or a happy time or you're mad and like, I feel great. It's same with freestyling. Or same with, locking in and actually writing that dope verse where you didn't feel critical about it and you just wanted to be expressive. Art is the most important thing. Like that expression, that creativity is like, that's why I'm here, man. That's why I want to get back into it. Mm-hmm. And 30 years later, I'm still in love with music and art and creativity. And I'm glad I have you as a solid friend too. That's a bonus. That's meeting good people along the way in your musical journey or whatever art you choose. Having like-minded individuals, wanting to know themselves, and even being able to share that and have like-minded goals in life is good. Because I haven't had friends for a long time. My circle is very small. It's like a dot, right? Like
it's I'm the same way.
it's sometimes hard to let people in, and it's good. It's good to have the few select people that I have, and you're one of them, and I appreciate that.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
One of the coolest things I feel with being a musician and artist, and especially playing, like, when we are on stage together is, like, for example, on Saturday at the show. The one thing I love about performing versus battle rap, and the one thing I don't think I'll ever be able to give up until my body physically can't do it, is performing.
Yeah.
Because that, like, when you can hear the crowd singing your lyrics back with you, and you're just looking at one person in the crowd, like your friend, he was filming us, and I made eye contact with his camera, and that moment his physical body, because he was watching the camera, he's like, oh, he's watching me, and he gets like, that's all it takes on stage to make somebody happy. And, like, who knows what that person's going through. And if you can change that you could save that entire person just by giving them 2 seconds of eye contact on stage. And that to me has always been, like, I get goosebumps thinking, like, that's the power we have through music.
Yes.
And the world can change so quickly with just one person's concept of their mind. But, like, unity is a very hard thing to create.
It was amazing how many people that I've seen in the crowd before that I had no idea that would even know those songs. Because we're performing songs right now, like, besides your
new stuff.
Your new stuff.
It's 11 years old.
It's 11 years old, bud. And to see, and there was people singing those words, and I was like,
it's after the first.
What?
It's after the first time we play the first hook, they can hear it, and it's because it's like, and that's the thing, right? That vibe is like, it's that connection. Because we've performed it many times, and the people aren't singing it, but it was the energy in the room.
Yeah,
and I think that's what really, like, if you're giving it out, and I think it's the events, like the way events are structured too, is one thing where is a very key thing. It's cool to have a ton of great artists on a bill, but if you're just setting up the bill in a way that it's like not musically structured, this is where a lot of promoters I feel go wrong. Is they just like book a bunch of dope artists and like, oh, but you got to structure it. Like, you got to, like, doors open at a certain time, and you got to have the soft band starting or the DJ going, and it's like you gotta like build into the night. You don't just start like slamming shots right when you get there. You build up to that. You order dinner. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to do some stuff. You can't just like nail it in the coffin right away.
Here it is.
So it's like, and that's kind of where I'm like, I think this last weekend has really made me realize that I need to take a step back from being a promoter in the metal scene.
Yeah.
And the punk scene mainly, because it has no negative aspect, but being so like saturated and just like all it is blast beats and like hardcore sounds in my face. Like coming back to the hip hop after like 11 years, it's a total different energy. Like I love the metal scene because the love the metal community has for each other, but it's just not the same.
It's not the same.
And like I've always been like, I've always battled this like I've been rapping since I was 9.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was always behind closed doors until I was like 20. And it's like I've always been ashamed of what I do.
Yeah.
So it's always been a kind of a back burner, and I've always been in bands. And I've realized like the older I get, that's what I was always meant to do, was probably just rap.
Yeah.
And not focus. Like it's great that I learned all the instruments, but that was to produce beats.
Yeah.
For hip hop.
And your music speaks for itself anyways, whether it's metal, punk, hip hop, even like our more acoustic hip hop stuff that we have. I see the joy when you're doing it, right?
And that's the thing, because with what we write, I can completely just let loose and do whatever I want. There's no limit to like, oh, I can play acoustic and we're gonna rap over top of it, and people are gonna think that's weird. Oh well. And that's kind of like there's no creative limit with our hip hop versus where like I'm structuring when I'm writing hip hop or metal. It's like you have to write the hardest, the heaviest breakdowns, and to try and compete with some of my friends' bands that are out there now, bro. It's like they're so skilled, and I'm not at their level of playing.
Well, I think you probably are, and that comes into our own critical thoughts of ourselves.
Yeah.
Because I could always say, like I've probably written and forgotten more stuff than a lot of people have ever rapped in their life too, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm so critical that I've literally balled up bar after bar after bar on pages and thrown it in the trash and been like, but there was so much of it that was good. But here I am just...
Have you ever ghost wrote?
Yes. I'm not going to name names again, but yes, I have. And you know, it's not the same because you have to, like, when doing that, you have to kind of like almost like try to feel how they're feeling.
That's what I was gonna say. Do you have to put yourself as them to write it?
Yeah, and usually I would try to do that, and that's why I'm not into it. I just, and especially where I'm at right now, all I want to do is like, I'm gonna grind. We're gonna I'm gonna have a solo LP or a full album. Like that's all I'm doing right now, is I'm focusing. I don't work in camp anymore. I'm here. All I want to do is make music that I'm gonna be able to look at and fucking. Oh.
It's all good.
I'm gonna look at and just be proud of, instead of being that critical guy. Yeah. Because I always criticize like my battles, and 3 days before the battle, I'm like, gonna change this. Oh, I can't be that rude. Oh, like I had one battle with a female who was very talented, and if I hadn't have felt bad about what I was gonna say and choke as bad as I did, because I did, and I'm not ashamed.
That's so funny.
I went through a lot that day. There's a lot of excuses that I won't even talk about.
No, totally understandable.
But it was mostly because I was like, I can't be that rude to her, because especially women, I always build women up.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a.
You're not misogynistic. You're rude at all.
Yeah. Everyone's beautiful, every shape, every size, every. So some of the things I was finna say about so and so.
This wasn't you or true.
I had a serious meltdown in my own head about it.
Yeah.
Even though it was fire, it was like the crowd would have like lost their whole mind.
And that's the hard thing is being a battle rapper, right?
Yeah. Whereas if it's a song, you don't care because there's not that reaction like on the spot at the time. You're in the studio.
All eyes on me, kind of a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And and all her friends being there, being like, what a dick. Like those things. Like I shouldn't have thought about that because and all the best battle rappers don't think about that.
Nope. That's where I'm kind of lucky, like, because like I don't have that. You know what I mean? Like I have to remind myself that normal people have that, and I'm like, yeah, I guess I probably shouldn't say that, and that's probably going to be a little harsh on people. And I'm like, that's where I was like, I have to get out of battle rap, and I'm just like, I'm glad I'm in metal, because in metal I can do whatever I want. I can write those really mean, dark lyrics and stuff, and people are like, ooh, I like that.
I like that.
But in rap, I'm like, that's probably pushing some limits. So.
Don't call her an NFL linebacker.
Yeah.
Don't call her an NFL linebacker. Like, just don't do it, bro.
Right? So
but it was bars.
It was bars. See, and that's what's hard about it too, right? Because it is like and as a battle rapper, it's like the difference between writing songs and writing battle rap is like you're wanting that shock reaction from the crowd, and that's what I was saying. It's like acting. You have to be able to or a comedian where like you build up the joke, and then all of a sudden you wait, pause, punchline, and the crowd just goes nuts. And if you hit that punchline too early, too late, the crowd reaction is dull.
It's dull.
There's nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's where it's like, that's like you could spend 2 months writing a battle, and if you don't deliver it,
and I have
properly, it
and I
bombs.
have.
And that's where it's like, if I spend 2 months writing a song and I bomb it in one performance, I can do the next performance good.
Yeah, exactly. You can learn
never
from your
redo
mistakes.
That battle.
Yeah.
And that's where it's like, and then it's on film, and that's where it's like, I think a lot of battle rappers have walked away from battle.
Yeah.
Is they make one botched battle, and all of a sudden it's like your career's done, because like, how can you come back? Because now all of a sudden that's going to be the fire for the other guy who is battling you.
Yeah.
So it just becomes this vicious circle.
I legit just want to focus on music.
Yeah.
After this birthday event I'm having with BVB.
And that's August 16th?
August 16th.
In Kelowna.
In Kelowna. I think it's to be announced the
venue.
where the venue is, but yeah, it's going to be wild. It's my swan song.
My swan song.
Yes, sir.
If you were to change anything about the music industry, or at least the hip-hop industry, what would it be?
All the whack rappers that are out there. No, I'm just. It's true, but
you give a rapper the moment, he's just the whack rappers.
That was my battle.
That's so
battle
good.
attitude. No, I think to be more positive and focused on spreading that energy. And shoot, I don't know, man. I just think the community needs to be tighter. There shouldn't be this back and forth unless it's like you brought up, Mad Child and Snack. I mean,
They're friends today still.
honestly, right? Like, why was that just for views, right?
Some days I question it.
And they're both rather similar in my opinion. Take it or leave it, right?
Yeah.
Like it's
Both very skilled at what they do.
both. 100%, 100% they are.
I think it was because they were both from Vancouver and trying to create a movement in a demographic that is very small. Vancouver's a big area, but the hip-hop community is very tight-knit.
And they both have such huge followings.
And that was the thing, is like, how can you compete with your friend when you're both building up this following and inevitably your fan bases clash, and that's what caused it.
I think so too.
I don't think it ever had to deal with them really until the moment that like one of them said something. And
one of them might have been out of pocket, and then the other was like,
and
"Oh hell no!"
That's instantly how it happens, and the thing happens in metal too. Surprisingly, I've realized being in the metal industry, like there's a lot of beef that happens in any music industry, and it's just the things that people don't realize. Just like any job, or industry, right? There's
right
sports.
In a restaurant,
Yeah.
night and day sports.
Yeah.
There's this team and that team rivalry. Like,
yep, restaurants, day staff, night staff.
someone who likes Calgary Flames doesn't like the
Yeah.
Oilers. Oh,
So
I don't like you. Like it's and back to the question that you had. I think in music we need to get away from that petty stuff. The petty stuff is what doesn't matter, because in the end, we're all trying to, make the world better and get our own creative sides out. And I don't hate someone if they have a different opinion than me.
No.
I want to learn their opinion and see why they feel that way. And I still don't have to agree with it, but I'm not going to hate that person because of it. I've had racist friends and where I'm like, I don't agree with you, bro. Like, I think you're wrong. And
Well, that also being from ethnicity too, right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
not many people realize that when they look at you, that you have ethnicity in your blood too.
There's a
So
slight
they look at
ethnicity
you,
there,
right?
yeah.
They look at you and they're, oh, you're a white boy. It's like,
Yeah.
nah, he wasn't.
Yeah. So yeah, I just and even just growing up where there's not my buddy Mick D, who is also a phenomenal rapper from the East Coast. He is literally mulatto, like half black, and he has baby blue eyes, freckles, white as you can ever be.
Gorgeous. That's awesome.
And no one knows. So like, we'll go around people who think that it's okay to say certain words that we don't tolerate, and then they're like, "Oh shoot,
yeah.
why did I get punched out? Because you done said the wrong word, bro. Like you don't know who you're really around.
Yeah. Especially coming from time, placement, and everything where you're from. It makes
especially
sense.
back east, man.
Yeah.
Like it's a very mixed race community.
It's a different culture in the East.
Completely
I don't
different.
think, and that's like, I don't think unless you travel to the East, you realize it.
Yeah.
But the East Coast, they have that, they're hard because they have to be.
Yeah.
It's not because they're choosing to act like that. They're bred that way.
Yeah, it's different.
That's why there's a huge respect value that comes with you guys as well. Like, you show respect and you get respect.
Yeah.
As where West Coast and no one shows each other respect. It's just kind of like you got to earn it instantly, but you never give it.
Especially when I first came out here, it was hard, man. It's so cliquey. It's so.
It still is. It's very cliquey still.
And maybe I've adapted a different attitude as well.
Yeah.
Because before I was like, you don't say certain words or I'm going to grab you. And
That's also being young mentality.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I think growing up.
And now I'm like, whatever.
Not my time. Not my energy. Yeah.
Having five kids too, you're like, you get tolerant. You're like, you tolerate everything now, right? Like it's like, oh man, it's just. But in the East Coast, it was different. You can't say certain words without getting in a scuff, some scraps about it, and you can't. There's just no. And again, it's just maybe the young mentality, and like, oh, some of us think we're gangsters when we're not, and like,
I think that's what really ruined. Because hip-hop didn't start with being gangster.
No, exactly. It was
And
a
that's
positive
what
message.
It was a huge positive movement, and then all of a sudden the 90s gangster movement ruined everything.
Yeah.
I give my love to Tupac and Biggie and all that,
100%.
but like they ruined what hip hop could have potentially been and where it's getting now. Where you have artists like NF or like specific artists that just bring such a good message that you're like, wow.
Yeah,
This
NF
is
is
what it could
definitely even in his darkest days is still a positive.
It is, and that's what it is, right?
Yeah,
It was always meant to be a positive thing.
it certainly was.
That's why I miss like the old classic hip hop groups, and I wish that there was more like of that coming out. Versus,
Yeah, like Sugar Hill Gang and like all that kind
like
of stuff. You mean,
Souls
or
of
even
Mischief
or
and,
like moving
Yeah,
more so
like,
into it.
just like there was
Arrested Development.
Yeah, there was so many good groups, right?
There
and then all of
was,
a sudden,
actually.
the '90s, that gangster movement of I think it was just it sold a lot. So it was
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
what's just kind of now how like drill and stuff like that is very popular, and it's like
Yeah.
that's where I've always loved where people are like I don't like rap. It's like the rap and hip hop are two different things.
It's different.
Hip
It
hop
is.
is a culture and a movement, and the music that it encompasses it, and rap is the music from that culture that,
culture,
was taken
that
and
original
destroyed.
culture, yeah.
So for me, it's a weird one.
It is for me too. It's like the whole debate about freestyling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is a freestyle. No, sir.
No, if I've heard that 4 times in a row, it's not a freestyle.
That's not a freestyle, right? So that's a free verse.
That's
That is something you
memorizing.
wrote. That is something you wrote that didn't fit to a song structure that you liked, and you know it very well. And but a freestyle is like right now. I'll talk about your green brim, or like
Yeah.
on the spur of the moment, or as Harry Mack says, off the top of the dome. You know, like. Also respect to Harry Mack because he is very
Crazy
talented,
good, yeah.
like absurdly good. But he comes from being a drummer though too. That's the thing. Like that's why he knows those pockets and those rhythms, like
Yeah.
like
You understand
the triples
rudiments,
and
and it's totally a different game changer.
100%, especially with lyrics because like syllables and how many
You break it down mathematically.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what changed everything for me. Was when I learned how to play drums, and I was like, oh, this is all I've been doing with my mouth. And rapping,
right?
And it was like, oh, okay, I understand how to do so much more now.
When your mouth is also a set instrument, technically, right? So, breaking the drum patterns down is, I think, Harry Mack has nailed that, and he was a great drummer. Is a great drummer. Like, I try not to watch him though because it just seems so perfected and so like not freestyle at the same time to me.
Yeah.
But again, we have to give credit where it's due because he's phenomenal. But someone like Junk, who is actually like on stage and like, it's more my genre of freestyle as well.
Yeah, I
can't wait to get back
honestly,
into it.
I don't think there's a harder working artist out of Canada
No.
than Ian right now. Like he is. If you want to see and I don't even think he's from Canada. But he identifies
represents
as
Canadian.
He represents
Yeah.
Canada as an artist, and like, I don't think I've ever actually looked up to somebody as much as him besides NF. Those are the only, and I think they're both younger than me, and I'm like, they're so inspiring.
They're so inspiring.
Like absolutely inspiring. And
Yeah, his
it's
talent
just-
level is out of this world. Like it's
not even
unbelievable.
it's just what he has to say.
And his drive, his grind,
his grind.
his work ethic is spectacular.
Yeah.
And Mercury's too. Like Cole's working like so hard.
He's
like,
put in his dues. Yeah.
He's paid his dues, and he's very young and very like he made it a lot faster than most of us do, and he still got 10 or more years deep.
I remember when I performing with Merc, man, he is such a genuine soul too.
Humble.
He is so humble and just I remember when we had him down in Penticton. I booked him and Eva Lebanese, and there was such a terrible turnout.
Oh,
and
really?
I felt so like, I was like so embarrassed. I wanted to like quite literally just jump into the lake.
Yeah.
And him and Evil were both so kind about it, and they're like, bro, it happens. Like, there's been so many shows they've played to open nobody, and now he's playing to sold out Surrey shows. And
Sign with Death Row.
that's the thing is you just keep, leads perfectly into the next question, which is like, you just have to keep grinding. But if you were to give any advice to an aspiring artist, somebody who wants to get into hip hop, what do you think their first step should be?
Be true to yourself. Just be you. don't let all the no's make you stop. Don't let all the no's, any negative feedback, just grow from it. You gotta be you. I've lost battles, I won battles, and still got nowhere in particular. You know what I mean? That doesn't bother me. I'm still who I am, and I still love it. And you know what? Tomorrow or end of September, we could do a show where someone sees us and goes, "That's what we need." It's just all about timing. So my advice would honestly be, just don't stop. Just don't stop. Never give up. Never give up. You gotta grind. You gotta keep pushing, right?
Yeah.
That's what my advice would be. What would your advice be to any up-and-comer?
Oh God, I've never been actually asked that question. It wouldn't be for up and coming hip hop artists. It'd be for their friends.
Yeah.
If your friend sucks, let them know.
Yeah.
If they're doing terrible, don't let them go on a stage.
Stop
terribly.
cheating.
Stop them. Let them know they need some more practice.
Yeah.
Be honest with your friends about their music, because you can't fill them up with in their head like, this is so good, and then they step on stage and they're absolute trash.
Yeah.
That's gonna kill your friend worse than being honest with him.
Good answer.
Letting him go into the lion's den without any preparation.
Having people turn around and go to the bar instead.
Exactly. Yeah. Just like tell your friends if they're bad. Yeah. Just tell them they're bad. Be honest with them. Cause
I remember our first show after the 11 years or whatever. I was sick as a dog. I don't know if you remember that.
No.
My voice was cracking, and when I got off stage, I had 4 people approach me, and they're all like, "Man, good show," and they didn't notice. Like, my voice was cracking. I ran out of breath. I couldn't even get through, especially with the faster one. Anyway, most people in the audience, unless they know your songs off by heart, they don't know you're buggering up, man.
Yeah, and if they know your songs off by heart, you're probably not playing on a tiny place.
Right, exactly. So they don't know you're buggering up. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going. Right. Don't let it stop you.
Yeah. Well, Joel, I want to thank you for having me.
Rob, I
and doing
appreciate
this conversation. I love getting to sit down and to dive into your story. Has been one I've known it for a long time, but I think that like at this point, you're one of the longest running hip hop artists out of the Okanagan. Still.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of the artists that we worked with originally are still in town. So it's nice to see that you're still keeping the Okanagan scene alive, whether it's battle rap or just representing the scene.
And it's only gonna get better.
Yeah.
It's only gonna get better. More progressive movement, more learning, more effort. That's my goal. And thank you for coming out.
I appreciate
it's a pleasure.
it.
It's a
Thank
pleasure.
you. And we'll catch you guys next time.